I mean, this is all stuff you can get in Camtasia, so this is really cool. So you could put, like, these arrows are already in it, but this is kind of just making it, it's different. This is all different than what's in there, but you could put stuff like that in there when you download these. And I mean, this is all stuff that you can time to do exactly what's happening on the screen right now, and this is stuff that Kareem and I already know how to do, so it's a lot of work, like I said. But it's fun. I mean, I love learning this stuff, so it's totally fine with me. Yeah, that's just an example.
Tough stuff.
All right, I'll quit sharing my screen. How do I get that back up? Uh-oh, there we go. Kareem, are you there? There he is. He's back.
I'm here. No, I was here the whole time. I just turned my camera off.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna get this.
Yeah.
Kareem and myself, we're both gonna use it. So.
Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah, and to bring this back, why did we show the whole thing? Because when you have a business partner, he might see something I don't see. Like, I didn't exactly go look for the callouts in Camtasia because I'm working more with videos and Doodly and doing stuff with VideoScribe, and then he can expound on one video creator while I expound on one.
And then we teach each other.
Yeah, and then I can teach him stuff. Or I'm going to learn about video syndication, and then he can teach me something else. And I showed him stuff with thumbnails, and it all comes down to you acquire different skills and then you teach each other.
Yep. Like when I got VideoScribe, I learned how to use that all by myself. And then I taught Kareem some stuff in it, and then he got Doodly and used that and taught me how to use that. And then I used videos for a while, but I kind of got like out of it because I was using more of the whiteboard animation software, and then he brought me back into videos and showed me how to use that, so now I know how.
All right. Mr. James Smith, what are your thoughts on finding good business partners and keeping them and working with them, kind of like how me and Chris were talking?
Oh, I think it starts with, first of all, just being a good person yourself, being someone that other people would want to know. And obviously, you're going to attract people once they know, like, and trust you. And then from there, it's building a relationship. Right now, the person that I'm working with, who is absolutely brilliant in marketing and funnel building and metrics and back-end analysis and all of this stuff, I met him on LinkedIn. And it's just that once we started to communicate, we, over a year's period of time, built a relationship, and then when there was an opportunity, he pulled me in to be a part of what he's doing. So it's liking people, it's being engaging, it's asking questions, it's being legitimately interested in other people and what drives them and what interests them, and from all of that, listening and being open-minded, you're going to discover people that you feel you can work with. And so that's pretty much, it's really about building bridges, making connections.
I agree. It's what Kareem and I are doing.
Oh, and on the part of the friendship thing, I've always believed that a good friendship, the kind of person that you can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to come and bail you out of jail, that's the best foundation, not only for a business partner, in my view, is somebody that you truly care about the other person and what happens to them. You want them to be successful. That also just happens to be, in my view, a great foundation for a relationship with a significant other. Is if the relationship is built on a friendship, you'll never overtly try to hurt the other person, because you just don't do that to a friend. Just a thought.
That's good stuff. I agree with.
I totally agree, James.
Yep. What about you, Dan?
No, that makes a good basis because then in that type of relationship, there's that trust. You know, you have that built-in trust too, that you can trust what they're going to do, and when they say they're going to do, they're going to do, and you're going to do what you're going to do. And I think that's one of the things that is most valuable in a business partnership.
Well, I would add one other thing, and that is I've had a friend that I knew for 30 years, and I pulled him into this deal I'm in now, and for some reason he went off the rails. He just turned into a person I had never seen in 30 years and really caused a lot of trouble because I brought him in. You know how that goes. You introduce somebody into the management team, and then they go aggro on you, and then it's kind of a reflection on you. It was something I would have never, ever expected from this guy. So you really never know. And if it's an issue of a partnership, there's one way to solve those problems, and that's have an agreement. Have an understanding in writing about what each person's responsibilities are, and then of course all of the issues, trying to cover all of the issues that can occur. And they say if you can get through writing an agreement with a partner, you've probably got somebody you can partner with, because it can be a painful experience, depending on how formal it is. But having understanding in writing is not a bad idea.
I agree. Kareem, what are you doing? Concentrating on something else?
Actually taking notes on stuff.
Ah.
Remember our past broadcasts. Anyway, going to that whole idea of because I like what you said there, Jim. Because when I do this, and when people come on here, even though it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm going to say I'm a business partner and bring you in and say you have to edit our broadcast, or say that you have to get good with thumbnails. Everybody contributes in their own specific way. And I don't have to force anybody or, tell anybody what to say. It's completely unscripted. And that's how I know, in the end, that I can create good friends. And then eventually, some of them will be great business partners right here. Actually, the answer is just showing up to this thing right here. It's a simple answer. It's not actually all that complicated, in my view. And some people may get value, and some people may walk away. It all depends. But ultimately, if they're here, if they're engaged, there's a good chance some of them may partner up with us.
Well, what you two guys are doing with this is what I call the ultimate in consultative selling. Okay, it's not overt at all. And what consultative selling is, in my definition, is you give freely something of value to the people that you want to connect with and build a relationship with, and in return, you get access to them either in the form of an email address, a phone number, a presence at an event like this. So really, it kind of turns the whole idea of selling on its head, because it's not about you and your agenda. It's about them and what you can do for them. And when you start thinking in terms of what are you all about, what are you trying to accomplish, and really learn more about the people that you're trying to build relationships with, then the products and the services that you offer become a natural offering to them. It becomes something that's very natural to offer to them because you're fulfilling a need for them. It's all about them. So you guys you've got a great platform here to do that.
And I'm going to add one other thought onto that, is by doing that, in the end, everything else takes care of itself. That means people coming on board and getting advertising or using one of your services, or ultimately, like he says, becoming a business partner, or they know somebody that can use some of your services. So ultimately, it takes care of everything else. And I think it goes back to some of the things you said, Chris, about that attraction and that putting out what you want to receive back. But you do it freely and openly and genuinely, and people respond to that. So then everything else just flows right in.